Since 1984, Fulfill has provided nourishment to families, children, seniors, veterans, and more during economic storms, natural disasters, including Superstorm Sandy, and most recently through the pandemic.
And our intention was to use the outdoors as a place for kids to have a space where they could be their authentic selves, that they could really feel like they were safe, and also to enjoy winter sports.
34 years later, our mission to create a more peaceful and just world through collaborative education is as necessary and critical as it was when we began. Is it not better to light candles than curse the darkness?
Let's Work for Good envisions a world where any adult interested in working can find a career they enjoy, earn fair competitive wages, and maximize their independence. We envision a society where businesses appreciate all abilities and value a neurodiverse workforce.
From day one, Monsignor Puma's mission was simple: to feed the hungry, shelter the homeless, treat the addicted, and provide medical care to the poor.
She Builds Lives was founded 9 years ago, and our focus is to improve the quality of education for children living in low-income communities in my home country, Nigeria.
Our vision is to produce and distribute such a guide to promote and enhance appreciation of this spectacular area. A lack of readily available information can be a significant obstacle in our goals to prepare and empower our community and the population at large.
The vision of our organization, Education Through Music, is to provide children who come from underprivileged areas and attend under-resourced schools to get a full and rich music education.
Our vision at Hope and Serenity is to provide a welcoming, safe environment for those on their pathway to recovery and wellness from substance use disorders and/or mental health challenges. We believe that no one who is suffering from addiction or mental health issues should go without support.
The idea behind Special Dragons is that we take basic karate techniques to address common deficits that many of our special children have, whether it be for eye-hand coordination, whether it be motor skill.
By bringing the dog in, we are not just helping this individual with the disabilities, but because we are able to give him or her the support and the management tools through this dog.
Our mission is to surround our hurting neighbors with God's love and everything they need to get back on their feet, including food and shelter, counseling and job training, spiritual guidance, and Bible study, in order to live stable, productive lives in our community.
We administer one of the state's largest child care financial aid programs, providing services to almost 6,500 low to moderate income local families and approximately 10,500 children from infants and toddlers up to age 13.
We have 3 areas of focus. 1, building healthy relationships through mentoring. 2, empowering young girls. And 3, giving them a sense of community.
The Habitat for Humanity model and mission of bringing people together to build homes, communities, and hope. By the time daylight broke and their hometown of Patterson was in sight, the vision for Patterson Habitat for Humanity was born.
Save Latin America's mission is to provide information, access, and resources in the areas of health, social services, education, and business opportunities.
JPM's mission is to help immigrant families and youth to manage their day-to-day lives so they can be a better citizen and they can live independently.
Of Her Life Speaks, a ministry for women and teen girls. We share our faith stories in conferences and retreats and different types of gatherings that show who God is in a very tangible way.
Today, more than 11 million big-hearted individuals come to Charity Navigator annually, and we empower them with free, unbiased tools and resources to help them find and support high-performing nonprofits that align with their values and their passions.
Through our programming, we go into schools to educate faculty and staff. We go into hospitals to educate physicians and residents. We also have a strong youth development program where our youth are our strongest advocates.
The unique thing about our house is that we primarily service children and their families who are receiving treatment for cancer. Our strength is that we have very well-known cancer research hospitals in the New York City area.
Classes all 7 days of the week, both in our studio and in all 6 wards of the city. We also provide 11 classes in addiction recovery and sustainable sobriety.
ISC for her decided to do was
to rescue instead of letting her be enslaved, to rehabilitate instead of isolate, to reintegrate instead of separate, but more importantly, we empower her.
The Second Chance Toys mission of environmental stewardship and social change has become a pillar of action for hundreds of schools, neighborhood green teams, houses of worship, and corporate supporters to give back as a community.
Our vision is to teach children teamwork, build confidence, comfortability in public speaking, and to be a creative outlet that would not only be a fun, but a safe space to make friends and be themselves.
We're a nonprofit agency that helps families and individuals who are in a homeless situation or at risk of homelessness. We provide emergency shelter, rental assistance, diversion, and lots of other programs.
The Wheel of You Foundation has been improving the living conditions and prosperity of the global village, looking beyond borders of nationality, race, and social class.
Ed and Sue's vision of providing medical treatment and emotional support for children with cancer and blood disorders close to their homes has been a reality for tens of thousands of families.
Knowing that you could talk to people that have been through the exact same thing as you have gave us a sense of peace and calm and belonging that we really needed at the time.
Our mission is to provide critical services and support to women and all victims and survivors of gender-based violence and other crimes while working towards justice by creating social change.
SAGE is a private, not-for-profit organization concerned with the health, happiness, and general welfare of older citizens and their families.
Our vision has always been to teach our youth how to develop mindfulness and emotional stability through creative arts, so that they can effectively manage their mental health and improve their self-esteem.
The vision of Apple Farm is one in which everyone, people of all ages, cultures, and economic backgrounds, have a supportive and cooperative and creative environment in which to explore the fine and performing arts.
Through our educational services and our social service programming, we work with families and see every day the critical need for individually tailored wraparound services that disrupt poverty and empower families.
Our researchers are pioneering new efforts. Once they discover an effective treatment for Usher syndrome type 1F, they can use the knowledge and technology to develop cures for other diseases.
We begin to recognize how much someone's life changes when they're given the opportunity to learn, to experience something new, and to rise to a challenge that they've been given. How important it is to give them that opportunity to grow.
It allows those of any age and of any ability a chance to have fun, to have full inclusion, and once again give caretakers a break to see their loved ones have pure enjoyment in their lives.
With the funding provided by the Serge Weber Foundation's grant program, academics now understand which specific cell types carry this mutation, and research groups are working towards building a more complete understanding of the cellular signaling dysregulation that causes disease symptoms.
We're a not-for-profit agency that provides residential and day program services to individuals who have intellectual and developmental disabilities. And we don't look at them as their disability. We look at them as people.
And for 49 years, New Life has been investing themselves, engaging with the young people in New York City so that they can know that there's a safe space and that there are people who actually care about them and their future.
Over the years, that vision has led SEUS to offer English language classes, a women empowerment group, and immigration legal service to help immigrants gain legal status.
The idea is to give them an opportunity to make music at the highest level. We do about 100 performances a year, and we ask a lot of them. We offer tutoring programs, SAT, ISAT programs. We do vocal lessons. We get very involved in the children's lives.
Seva International's mission is to serve humanity in distress, aid in local communities, run developmental projects for the underserved, and assist people in transformational change through the power of innovation by mobilizing partners, donors, and volunteers.
We envision a place where churches and religious organizations can come and take a respite on this oasis in central New Jersey through the use of our conference center.
The mission is to develop housing and employment for people with disabilities. We saw the need to get people out of institutions. We saw the fact that there were a lot of people with severe disabilities who didn't have jobs and didn't have access to community services.
I think impact, it goes twofold. Number one,
We're servicing the working poor who have very few options for care. And number two, we're servicing a staff population because we really are a teaching nonprofit.
HLC, or Hope Loves Company, is an incredible nonprofit that supports children and young adults who have or had a loved one with ALS. We also give out educational resources as well, so thinking like children's books about ALS, the works basically.
To address above concerns, BD offers high school and college students with tuition scholarships and supplies, motivate students through annual talent shows and merit awards.
That vision was to provide and promote safe and affordable housing for Hudson County residents, particularly those with little or no access to housing resources. The vision was to establish an agency that provided counseling services and focused on tenancy issues and support services.
We believe that a better world is created by respectful individuals who are authentic to themselves, passionate in their pursuits, and connected to the world around them.
Cornerstone was formed to provide financial assistance and funding for oncology massage treatment, training, and research. Cornerstone's immediate goals is to reestablish our sister organization.
Safe in Hunterdon was established in 1978 as part of a grassroots initiative to provide comprehensive services to survivors of domestic and sexual violence. We envision a community with the strength and knowledge to support all individuals in their journey to maintain physical and emotional safety.
My vision was realized. It was not about me anymore doing comedy. It was about trying to turn New York strangers into neighbors. It was about me trying to give seniors a better quality of life.
Greater Bergen Community Action envisions a nation in which all neighborhoods are thriving, all families are economically stable, and all individuals are empowered to pursue their hopes and dreams. Our vision really comes from imagining a world in which people have the resources they need.
Our organization on 3 pillars: to develop programs, support services, and resource information that would be made available to anybody living with TSC, to fund and drive research, and then to create both public and professional awareness campaigns.
Our organization vision has impacted our children and families and all the others in our community in a way that it made a better, safer, more equitable, healthier place to raise children.
Our mission is very simple, despite the complexities of the cancer diagnosis, and that's to make the quality of someone's life better. We are dedicated to serving our community by supporting our patients and their families, raising awareness, and funding research for a cure.
Our mission since 2019 has been clear: to increase the employment rate of persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And since our grand opening in 2019, we have done just that, training and hiring over a dozen men and women to work in a coffee shop setting.
The core vision of the school, in its essence, is the same, but we're trying to reach more and more individuals in the community and beyond, and we're trying to reach the most underserved in some cases and diverse populations that might otherwise not have access to something like the performing arts.
We try and help the Messianic Jewish community by supplying resources, leadership, training, and many other things. We do children's camps, retreats, so that Messianic Jewish people do not have to feel alone.
We operate from the philosophy that all people deserve the dignity of a decent home and the resources they need to make a better life for themselves. It is our plan to ensure each of our clients and their families are medically, emotionally, and financially safe.
And our mission is to improve the quality of education by strengthening the skills of educators. And we do this by working everywhere children learn. Educators in the classrooms, in districts, in after-school programs, and even at the state level.
Family Promise of Morris County has worked to serve our community's rapidly growing needs through our shelter, housing, outreach, and most recently, our expanded rapid rehousing and diversion program.
That is our big vision, is to develop more affordable housing, because that is the root of all the problems for the housing insecure and for those who are homeless, is to have accessible, more affordable housing.
Focusé Financial Services is Haiti's largest microfinance institution, serving over 180,000 people with savings, lending, remittance, and payment services.
For IEA, we don't only teach the learners here with autism, we conduct our own research here to help the autism community at large. The goal is to be participating family members, to be out in the community, to gain and sustain paid employment.
Table to Table is New Jersey's first food rescue organization. Our vision begins with nourishment. We rescue fresh, nutritious food that would otherwise be wasted and deliver it free to more than 250 recipient partners throughout northern New Jersey.
So our purpose at Roots and Wings is to provide free housing, social services support such as education support, employment support, emotional support, and everything that a young person would need between 18 and 24 to reach their true potential.
These goals are interconnected. They include increasing our service volume, providing high-quality service, engaging strategic partners and collaborators in the oncology space, and achieving financial viability.
We've screened more than 19,000 hearts. We have distributed hundreds of AEDs throughout the greater Philadelphia community, and we have done CPR education for hundreds of thousands of individuals across the communities, both in Pennsylvania and afar.
ECF was created to help other families facing the trauma of pediatric cancer, and in helping them, it helped them grieve the loss of their little boy. They are happy that 40 years later, we continue on with our mission to support any family that might need us for free for as long as they need us.
Dominique's vision to give children the opportunity to move outside the cycle of generational poverty then expanded to include a holistic 2-generation strategy to stabilize families so that parents could support their children in achieving academic success.
Then, right here in our own backyard, for people from New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, respite and recreation for immigrant groups on this campus atop Schooley's Mountain with our hiking trails, our ball fields, and also a lovely swimming pool.
Out to the Brain Injury Alliance of New Jersey, they will realize how many resources are available and how much information is available to help them throughout their journey through life with their brain injury.
Of Eden, too, is to be able to provide people with autism the best quality services throughout their lifespan. We really want to meet the needs of our children, our school-age students, our adult participants for as long as they need us. So we want to look into the future to see what their needs might be.
The GEM Project, a nonprofit organization that's dedicated in boosting high school to college student engagement and on-time graduation, through service learning initiatives that take on a social justice approach, through peer-based mentoring, employment, and youth organizing.
Part of CARE's vision is to impact as many CAH-affected people as possible. An expansion of the comprehensive care centers and research opportunities are one way CARES is doing just that.
Avenues for Justice works off of referrals, those from the court system after an adolescent has been arrested, and those from the community when a child may be at risk of heading in that direction. Avenues for Justice provides a customized plan for each kid, helping to address the root issues that have led them to contact with the legal system.
The skills that I've gathered over the past 12 years of farming with Grow Green Morristown, I've been able to hone in the ability to teach people about the importance of healthy eating and also how it can be done on such a small scale.
Our mission is to enhance community life by leveraging our collective impact and convening grassroots organizations locally through 6 action fields: the arts, civic engagement, education, environment, philanthropy, and public health.